Phew. I'm done with my video. I think I made the right call. I mean, yeah, Activision Blizzard fired their CFO and that was something to talk about. But Article 13 is essentially bigger overall, both in scope and effect. Great! Now what? Should I talk about Spencer Newman being fired? Ugh, such a boring topic. People already covered it. Nah, it's fine. It can get more interesting anyway, so it might just go back and do some more fronts. Wait, what's this? Holy shit! What's happening in 2019? Wait, I have an idea, and I think it's about time. Let's see, what do we have so far? Metzen, Thrall, yeah, he left, okay. Oh yeah, Ben Brode left earlier in 2018. It was Hearthstone stuff, so I didn't pay much attention to it. Alright, Blizzard got a new CFO, Amita Ahuja. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced the name. She plans on cleaning up the spreadsheets and saving money. I mean, clearly it worked, judging from BFA budget. Oh yeah, right, Mike left. Aw, you're so happy. Alright, this is getting bigger. Let's see. Oh, the over 100 staff members left. I mean, were they that crucial to Blizzard? They left though. All for the Q4 numbers to look better. Well, that was a shitty end to 2018. Oh, almost forgot. 2019 started with a bang. Activision Blizzard fired the guy and Amita Ahuja, the money-saving chick. She's pretty cute though. Not the point. Okay, so do people still work at Blizzard? Hello YouTube and hello you wonderful people. Do you like our new bingo card? Don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoy our content. We also have a Patreon page for those of you that want to show their love a bit more. I hear there are goodies too. Thank you for all the support you've shown us for the past few years. It really helps us make the content you guys enjoy and we love doing, while pushing us to constantly improve the quality of our videos. At least that's what I'm hearing. Alright, let's get into this. I didn't talk about Spencer Newman last week because I actually wanted to cover Article 13 as much as possible and really didn't think much of it. Of course, Activision Blizzard firing its CFO is a big deal. Now, you can check multiple articles about this and I will include some of them in the description below for full disclosure. The reason he was fired, at least based on an unconfirmed source, was because Spencer was already looking into another job, which he actually got. Spencer is now the CFO for Netflix. Now, firing its CFO is one thing, but Spencer was actually pretty big in the entertainment industry, with previous experience at Walt Disney Parks. Quite an extensive experience there as well. Blizzard did indeed fire Spencer, but that came about because of Spencer not respecting his contract, which kind of makes sense when you say he was looking for a job. Not to mention, he was hired at another big company a few short days after. That didn't happen overnight. Netflix most likely knew and wanted Spencer for a while. Spencer Newman was the CFO for Activision Blizzard for about 18 months, and during those 18 months he netted himself $9.47 million Renos. That's in paychecks, bonuses, etc. Whatever unicorn money these people make. $10 million. This guy made during his stay. That's so hard for a self-employed nerd to understand. But that $10 million, however much of it was earned or not, however much of it means in terms of the value of his contribution, is an absurd amount of money in one person's hand for a year and a half of work. I'm trying to understand what this all means, but I'm too stupid to put it all together. For a company aiming consistently at downsizing costs, this number doesn't make sense. Maybe this is why they wanted to fire him. Maybe Spencer felt this was bound to happen, so he jumped ships before the inevitable happens. Although this doesn't really work in the legal world. At the same time, Netflix has been known to purchase outrageous amounts of licenses in the past few months. A lot of money is being spent at Netflix as well, and Spencer joined as their CFO, most likely to help with the financial situation. Is that true? There's a lot more info I need to make a proper educated guess, but such is the industry at the moment. Now, to make the proper distinction before moving on, Spencer Newman was the CFO of Activision Blizzard, not Blizzard per se, Blizzard Entertainment. And of course, to put icing on the cake, Amita Ahuja left Blizzard to join Square, a separate company. This is a bit more interesting since it gives a lot of room to speculate, and I love speculating. Amita joined Blizzard in the spring of 2018 with the main goal of establishing better financial practices and reduce the cost of production for Blizzard Entertainment. This so much is public. In the aftermath of her joining, Blizzard faced arguably its worst months ever. This doesn't mean it happened because of Amita, or it doesn't mean that she directly made these events happen, but it's undeniable that there was an effect from her management, regardless of its scale of influence. We of course don't have all the info and might never will since it won't be disclosed to the public, but Amrita's mission of saving money translated into BFA's execution quite clearly. It's no surprise that BFA felt, among other things, incomplete, underdeveloped, rushed, with a lot of core things missing or cut out. More so than this, Heroes of the Storm has had its esports scene cut off entirely from Blizzard support. The HGC was basically a league supported and most likely financed by Blizzard to some extent. I'm not sure how much influence she had on the Diablo Immortal project. I firmly believe the project itself was long time in the making, but I do think she had an influence over BlizzCon and how it turned out. There have been multiple unconfirmed sources claiming that Diablo 4 was intended to be showcased at BlizzCon, but due to a lack of time or a lack of developed content to show, or both, it was pulled off and we were left with Diablo Immortal only. Now, one of my theories is that Diablo Immortal was seen as a better financial option since it's probably closer to release than D4, which is why it most likely was prioritized for BlizzCon. This is one of my theories, so it's probably wrong, but it makes some degree of sense. And until we have more info to go on, which is unlikely, we have to work with what we can get. I studied the articles a bit, and the background of both of these CFOs looks amazing, and they seem pretty competent. What I'm saying is that they are good at their job, and this is not necessarily why they left or got fired. Amita Ahuja has been working with Activision Blizzard for 8 years before she joined the CFO position at Blizzard Entertainment. Of course, she worked in the financial department for several different positions unrelated to gaming and game design. And no matter how I try to think about this, it just feels like she was pushed by Activision Blizzard to join Blizzard Entertainment as a necessary means to balance the budget there. And she seems she did a really good job. So good that BFA suffered from what seems of lack of development, poor development, or a smaller budget overall. Of course, in the last few months, the stocks have seen a tremendous decline as a result, which either prompted the two to leave or prompted Activision Blizzard and Blizzard Entertainment to let them go, which seems to be a bit more likely since Blizzard let go that big chunk of staff members from Cork, Ireland a few weeks back. Maybe the two CFOs were too good at their job and the cost of keeping them was too high. Maybe, just maybe, and this is the positive side of me that thinks this, the side that hopes for world peace, maybe Blizzard is finally pulling the plug on what's causing all the problems and looking to restore its former glory. I'm reading the last part again and again and it just seems like a fairy tale line. We did a video earlier before about a tipsy David Brevik trashing the changes at Blizzard and talking about Mike Morhaime leaving. Essentially, among a plethora of things he mentioned, one thing sticks out, and that is that Blizzard is changing so much, and has been changing so much in the last few years, that in 3 years' time, the Blizzard we know won't exist anymore. These comments were somewhat dismissed since Brevik hasn't worked at Blizzard for a long time, but they seem to ring home more and more each day. I guess we will have to see how this turns out over the year, because at this point I have a list of pros and cons that I'm building. cons that tell me Blizzard will be eaten by Activision entirely, and pros that give me hope about WoW's future and Blizzard games as a whole. The pros one is kind of getting bullied at the moment though. But what are your thoughts on the matter? For me personally, Blizzard keeps taking me on a roller coaster of emotions and my bias levels are off the charts. Always appreciate the comments you guys leave down below. With this being said, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I wish you all an easy and fun week ahead. Peace!